Hello everybody, this is Bob and welcome to race number 41 of the 2020-21 NROL Skittles Cup Series season. This is the Tochigi Bank 500 at Twin Ring Motegi. So it's a pretty good race in the truck series, and we are very deep into the Cup series now. 41 races, I can't believe that many races, we have more to do. But this is the first race of the Cup Series playoffs. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see, who does what in the playoffs, who sausages, and of course what just happens in this race. It's all very exciting. So with that being said, let's give you the record for today's race. All right. So the pole for this race is Tyler Reddick, alongside second is Duck, third is Kevin Harvick, fourth is Oliver, fifth is Frank DeBobbin, sixth is Kana. Can't believe she's starting so high up. Seventh is William Byron, eighth is Nia, ninth is the Xbox Nerd, 10th is Martin Truex Jr., 11th is Gridrin, 12th is Chase Elliott, 13th is Percy, 14th is Rebecca, 15th is Compor, 16th is Douglas, 17th is Matt Bandetto, 18th is Joe Logano, 19th is Ryan Priest, 20th is Tim Tom, 21st is Kurt Busch, 22nd is Cole Custer, 23rd is Denny Hamlin, 24th is Jimmy Johnson, 25th is Eric Gamrola, 26th is Matt Kenseth, 27th is Ryan Blaney, 28th is Christopher Bell, 29th is Bank Coaches, 30th is Kyle Busch, 31st is Eric Jones, 32nd is Donald, 33rd is Brad Keselowski, 34th is Alex Bowman, 35th is Chris Buescher, 36th is Russell David, 37th is Ricky Jr., 30th is Bell Wallace, 39th is Austin Dillon, 40th is Daniel 6, 41st is Ryan Newman, and 42nd is Quinn Half. Yeah. And yes, that's right, Kana is back. She is back racing today at Motegi. And there's a reason, because this is actually a home race for Kana. Yes, sir. Kana, Japanese-born driver, racing at a Japanese racetrack. So yes, oops, because I banged my keyboard. Anyway, yeah, so home race for Kana, and yeah, 2 weeks in a row actually, this series is going to be in Japan. So Kana going to be running the next 2 races for the Skittles Cup Series. So let's see what Kana can do in her first race in Japan, as well as the playoff feature as well. So Duck, your leading driver, who is in the playoffs, not leading the points, but leading today to start this race. So it was actually Truex who won the regular season champion, and also who started second, Tyler Reddick. I couldn't believe how close it was, but Tyler Reddick missed the playoffs by 2 points. Yeah. Just 2 points. If Russell David had done 2 positions worse, or 3 positions worse, and Tyler Reddick had done 3 positions better, and in any single race, Tyler Reddick would have been in the playoffs, and Russell David would have been out. Well, with that in mind, let's see how it goes for the first race for your 10 playoff drivers. And green flag is in there for the Tochigi Bank 500 at Twin Ring Motegi. Duck getting to the lead, and Tyler Reddick second, already 3 wide for third, as Frank DeBobbin going all the way to the inside lane. And Frank DeBobbin, a playoff competitor for a second year in a row. Well, second year in a row. I mean, I don't actually know the last time. Whatever. Frank DeBobbin is here in the playoffs, and he is racing today. And it looks like we have already had a crash on the first lap of the race. And it is Duck who is going to come home, or, well, he will win the race back to the line. And caution already on Twin Ring Motegi. Oh. Well, we'll look at it in a minute, but that was pretty fast. Yeah, first crash day already, and at least the truck series made it to like lap, I think it was like lap 3. This is lap 1, and we already have our first caution of the day. So with that in mind, let's now look and see what brought this first caution of the day. Looks like it involves some back markers and some riffraff, and we're gonna find out in just a moment. Looks like I actually heard it. Well, you might have saw it, and like if you have keen eyes, you might have saw it on the back straightaway. Someone just veered to the inside lane, and oh, yeah, someone definitely veered to the inside lane and caused lots of problems. It was who was it actually? It was Kurt Busch. Let's see, where was Kurt Busch when he did that? Oh, okay, it was actually just ahead of the field. So if we look at Kurt Busch, who was pretty far back in the field, and then it gets tagged by Christopher Bell. And then as a result of that, Kurt Busch just gets sent to the bottom lane and hits the inside wall. And he does a 360 flip, somersault over And he takes out Cole Custer, a playoff competitor, and so many things. And Kurt Busch going for an absolute wild ride. Now he's on top of Cole Custer and Kurt Busch and Cole Custer. Cole Custer, a playoff driver, is off to a disastrous start in the playoffs. But also, let's see what happened to Jimmy Johnson here. Looks like, yeah, Jimmy Johnson just also nowhere to go. Just gets hit by a completely out of control Kurt Busch. And so Jimmy Johnson also his first race. Well, not first race, but, you know, he was just running his race. And Jimmy Johnson also now out of this race. Wow. But Cole Custer, in a playoff driver in the first round, is already out. But finally, let's see just this insane flip from Kurt Busch. Gotta look at this one in like super slow motion because this is just absolutely insane. So it starts out, so yeah, so we saw it earlier, but we're gonna look at it now in super detail. So Kurt Busch, he hits the inside wall, and then he goes for a so far he got one complete flip, lands on top of Christopher Bell, and then he touches down for only a brief second as he's about to go for another roll, but this time he lands back. But then he gets hit by Jimmy Johnson and Cole Custer, and Kurt Busch goes for yet another rollover, and then he hits the inside wall, or the outside wall this time, which sends him into a third barrel roll. I'd say it's a bit of a barrel roll. It's actually more like a complete somersault. And then, does he go for one more flip? Let's see. He's back on his wheels for now. He lands right on top of Cole Custer. And that is not. Are we going to get a third? Or going to get a fourth from Kurt Busch? We are not. He doesn't have enough momentum left. But a whole three things from our whole three fifths from Kurt Busch. And now, just for the fun of it, let's actually see the distance between Christian Bell and Kurt Busch. We're going to go to the chase cam. So Kurt Busch right into the wall. And then, yeah, does he actually make contact with Christian Bell? I think he does. Let's see. Actually, no. Oh, I can't see. Let's actually look from the front chase camera. I'm trying to get to the front chase. Come on. Front. There we go. No, the rear chase. That's what it is. Okay. So let's actually see here. Does Kurt Busch actually touch Christopher Bell here? I can't really tell. Only for a teeny bit, though. Christopher Bell still actually good to compete in the rest of this race. Might have a little bit of damage, though, but overall he's fine. But unfortunately for Cole Custer, a playoff driver, just absolute chaos. So let's now go into chase cam of Cole Custer and just see just how close Kurt Busch actually got to Cole Custer when Kurt Busch just flipped right over him. And yeah, he lands right on Cole Custer. Wow. An absolutely disastrous start to Cole Custer's playoff run. I believe there was another crash. Yeah, another crash happened here. As Phil was just trying to just slow up. Wow. Like everyone actually I think it was actually because like everyone was just going. I don't know, start up here. What happened? Where I was even racing at speed? Yeah, they just lost it. So actually 2 crashes at one point, and oh man, more damage. Safe to say it's a very chaotic start to the playoffs here of Twin Moon. What very chaotic start to the race and playoffs, everything here at Twin Moon Motegi. Just absolutely just wow. It looked like Kana was actually one of the drivers ahead of all that chaos. So hey. Well, it looks like some of your playoff drivers were pretty lucky getting through that. Others, though, not so lucky. So we're going to see a decent amount of drivers have to pit to fix the damage. Let's actually see who's going to have to pit now. Let's see if we can go from this. Oh, actually, that's a bit of a silly camera angle. Let me try to get a good angle here. This is pretty good. Come on. So who pits and who doesn't, actually? Let's see. Garrett, NROL, bank coaches, Bell, Logano, Gridrin, a bunch of guys, Rebecca. Oh, some drivers really end up not pitting this time by, even though they probably should. A decent number of drivers who were behind the car and actually made through pretty luckily. Including Russell David, who had a pretty poor starting position. He's actually made it through the crash pretty well. As up to 31st. I think Ryan Priest as well. Yeah, Priest got hit in the rear for some reason. It stayed out. I mean, sure, he's the playoff driver. He's got to do as good as he can, but... Is he? I don't know. I guess he can stay out despite having a crunched back end. As for everyone else, some drivers able to come back out. Other drivers... done for the day. Because now you actually have the drivers that got involved in Kurt Busch's incident, and then you have the drivers that got involved in the front straightaway incident. And Eric Jones, a playoff driver, ooh, very broken front end. Some of these playoff drivers have a lot of work to do. And luckily for these guys, they got 10 races until the championship finale, but some drivers don't really want to risk it. So we'll see who's actually done for the day now. Is everyone now back on track? Alright, so let's pass for skip another lap. Actually, it's only Kurt Busch and Cole Custer done for the day, but that is actually very bad for Cole Custer. So Cole Custer is going to have a last place finish in the first race of the playoffs. Not good for Cole Custer if he wants to have any shot to win this championship. So man, if Cole Custer wants to have any shot to win this championship, he's got a lot of work to do over the next 9 races. And Custer, he didn't really have that many points going into this either. You know, he only got 2 points because he beat Russell David at the last race of the regular season at Richmond. So and Cole Custer, he didn't win a single race in the regular season until he started this playoff run with just 2 points. He's now only gonna have 3 points compared to some drivers who are gonna have a lot of points. I'm sure he's at 35 points going to this. Yeah, the points gap is not gonna be huge. Like Cole Custer, he has a lot of work to do now if he's gonna even have a chance. Well, anyways, all that aside, now we have some broken race cars. It's time to get back underway here at Twin Ring Motegi. And green flag back in the air at Motegi. Ooh, Freund Albon willing, strange enough. Strangely enough, Freund Albon, you know, just doing everything he can think of to get underneath Tyrek, but I can't go do it. Feel that's to get the speed first. Oh, there he goes! And Freund Albon with a pass underneath Tyler Reddick. Now got Pluff guys where he wanted to. Ooh, a little bit of tagging, bumper tagging. Going to the front straightaway. And Freund Albon. Yeah, believe it or not, Freund Albon is a playoff driver, but you wouldn't really think him too much of the playoff driver because Freund Albon, I mean, he won race number 7. Oh, come on. And the caution's out again. Man, right as we got restarted, too. Alright, well, caution number 2. So who got involved this time? I didn't expect this much sausagery in the first round of the playoffs. That's right. Who spun this time? Looks like it was... I can't see. A lot of tire smoke back here, though. Oh, that crash didn't even look that bad. Almost got tagged by Ricky Styles Jr. And the field bunny had to check up. Oh. So all because a few drivers skipped over each other. We have a caution again. Huh. Bit of a sausage caution, that one. That caution was entirely pointless. Alright, anyone pitted? Oh, actually, why am I rewinding? I don't have to rewind. Okay, well, a few guys pitting: Austin Dillon, Ricky Styles, and Donald. A few guys that actually got involved in this caution flag, but otherwise, nothing really much going on. Yeah, a few guys already redoing the track. Okay. Lights out. Alright, and... Alright, it's a pace car. Pulling off. It's a quick interruption caution. Let's try again. And green flag back in the air in twin wing Tochigi. Alright, let's see if we can actually get some cleaner competition here. We're the bottom, already got around Tyler Reddick on the last restart. It looks like he's already trying to get around Doug on this restart. Who is close up behind though? He's gonna have to oh no, Tyler Reddick goes beneath front of Bobbin. And very low, Tyler Reddick actually goes beneath both these guys, and he's now side by side with Duck. As the two number 8 cars racing for the lead. And Front Bobbin just behind. Oh no, Front Bobbin slammed the track by a lot. A very big lot. As the real Xbox nerd just getting around that, going 3 wide for third. Man, lots of stuff going on here. Looks like at least we got through this time without a caution, as drivers going various lanes. And Kevin Harvick up to third. Ooh, a little bit of sorcery. A little touching between Front Bobbin and teammate Law of the real Xbox nerd. Now, Front Bobbin, like I was saying earlier, you know, he hasn't had the best regular season, but he has at least made the playoffs. So now the points, you know, the points gap has shrunk a bit. Front Bobbin can now use this opportunity to claw back some spots and potentially win back-to-back championships. And Kevin Harvick getting around Duck. And it looks like after some sausage laps, we are now going racing properly. Meanwhile, the real Xbox nerd is getting around Duck, who had the lead earlier. And now battle between a couple of playoff drivers is Front Bobbin getting around Duck. Meanwhile, the real Xbox nerd just getting around Kevin Harvick and running down Tyler Reddick, and Front Bobbin getting around Kevin Harvick. Alright, the field's starting to settle down a little bit. It's probably for the best. We've already had 2 crashes in the first 10 laps, so that's up now. The field, you know, like they've shaken off the sausages. Now they can race properly. And what is that? Russell Davis actually moved up quite a bit. He's up to 17th now in the race standings. Although Russell Davis, you know, he's really going to have to prove that he deserves a playoff spot over Tyler Reddick. Because it's honestly quite something. I mean, Russell David, a driver with 0 wins in the regular season, makes the playoffs, whereas Tyler Reddick, a driver who got 5 wins in the regular season, including the regular season finale, doesn't make the playoffs. In fact, not only did he not make the playoffs, he missed it by 2 points. Only 2 points. And that was after 2 bad finishes in a row by Russell. You know, he finished poorly, crashed out at Darlington, and then at Richmond. The last 2 races of the regular season. And he somehow still got in above Tyler Reddick. Because the thing is, right, Tyler Reddick, Russell David had a 40 points gap over Tyler Reddick going into Richmond. That gap closed right up when Reddick won the race, and Russell David finished in 41st, I think it was. It's honestly almost unbelievable to me that Russell David missed the playoffs. He made it into the playoffs by that small of a margin. Anyway, so speaking of drivers that are actually in the playoffs, for the Bob, right now just behind the Real Xbox Nerd, and actually the leading driver of all the playoff guys. Real Xbox Nerd, though, Real Xbox Nerd actually made the playoffs last year, but unfortunately this year he hasn't had anywhere as near good of a season. I mean, he won 2 races in the regular season, but overall just couldn't be good enough in the points at all. Wasn't even close, so unfortunately the 2 motorsport drivers gonna have to watch their fellow teammates in law duke it out for the championship this year. And here is Freund Bobbin going beneath the Real Xbox Nerd, and also can't quite get to Tyler Reddick though, but William Byron also gonna take this opportunity to get around Real Xbox Nerd. William Byron, another driver who made the playoffs last year in his rookie season, unfortunately again didn't have as good of a season this year. In fact, a lot of ex-playoff drivers, a lot of playoff drivers from last season are running up here. Oh, here's a couple playoff drivers, though, a couple green cars. Duck's just making his way back up the pack, and his teammate Purser falling as well. And also Kana trying to do some stuff. As Duck and Kevin Harvick both go to the inside line and follow each other. And Kevin Harvick up to 3rd, and Duck back up to 5th. Duck now up to 4th. He's up inside of William Byron going through this corner. And front of up and right behind Tyler Reddick. Ooh, he's going to wait to pounce though. And, you know, front of all, like I say, he hasn't been having the best regular season. But now that the playoffs have started, it is time for front of Bobbin to really put the pedal to the metal. You know, he won a race, and then he was very consistent. And now, as we are in race 1 of the playoffs, if he were to win today, it would be pretty big for front of Bobbin. He's going to have a pretty good gap. Not like pretty good, I mean, not have the best gap in the world, but a somewhat good gap, as Kevin Harvick with a pretty late maneuver to get to the inside of front of Bobbin. Actually makes it work though. Front of Bobbin now stuck in the high line. Ooh, he's gonna have to get to the inside line fast, as here comes Duck. And Duck actually made it into the playoffs based off of pure consistency. Never won a race. He's also in a pretty fierce battle for the championship. And there he goes around front of Bobbin, and now trying to get around Kevin Harvick, and front of Bobbin runs very wide for some reason, which will allow William Byron to get underneath him. Ooh, Kana getting into with Real Xbox Nerd. He's still probably going to do about in every race next year. Of course, Kana running on a part-time schedule this year. But Kana actually got her best career finish just a few races ago at Bowman Gray. And she is now trying to improve that best finish in her home race. As she is now up to 6th. But she could do better. Ooh, but Kana, the young rookie, trying to hold off the master that is Fronito Bobbin. I actually see surrounded by masters now. See what's happening up front. Actually, single false all season, but Kana Actually looking beneath the real Xbox nerd. Let's see what happens up front here. Ooh, no one actually goes low. But Kana actually trying to put the back bumper to the real Xbox nerd. Can't quite do it though. Meanwhile up front, Duck once again trying to get around Tyler Reddick. As we're nearly halfway through the race. Tire's starting to wear out a little bit. Now, so far, nobody has pitted in this race. But during the cautions, drivers were able to conserve their tires. So chances are they might not even have to pit once. And can just go the whole race. Oh, that's going to make passing more difficult. So we might have to see some drivers pit. Because otherwise, I don't know. I'm actually quite interested to see what happens here. Yeah, will anyone pit or what? Here's Kevin Harvick who gets getting low on Duck. And he's gonna have him on the back straightaway. And he gets on Duck on the inside. Duck actually, runs a little bit wide. And here is Kana going to the inside line of the real Xbox nerd. Can she overtake him though? Yeah, I think she will. That's also gonna, allow Point of Auburn to follow Kana through the corner and make the pass on the real Xbox nerd. Meanwhile, up front, William Byron trying to get around Duck in front of Auburn, also getting around Kana. And dear me. Ooh, the race was actually trying to make it 3 wide. And Kana, however, goes wide. She's going to get in front of Percy Serp. Actually, that's a teammate. Yeah, Kana gets in front of her teammate who was running for the championship. Now here's the real Xbox nerd getting around in front of Alpin and Kana as well. Falling back a bit on the high line. Yeah, the high line overtaking can cost you a lot of positions. And here is Percy Serp getting around in front of Bobbin. And those are 2 playoff drivers going head to head with each other. I kind of started to fall back a bit though. But that's been the nature of Motegi. If you're on the high line, you're going to lose quite a lot of spots. And here we go for a lead. Looks like the drivers getting pretty close to each other. As here we go, Duck goes beneath Kevin Harvick. Oh! Contact! That could have been a disaster, but luckily disaster avoided. As Duck able to back out and still get around Kevin Harvick. And William Byron picking up a spot on Kevin Harvick as well. A lot of green cars up here. Meanwhile, Tyler Reddick has led a lot of these laps. Can't believe the winningest driver of the season is not in contention to run for the championship. But hey, that's happened in the past. There have been seasons where a driver wins a lot of races, but doesn't make it just because they weren't consistent enough. That's how a driver with 5 wins doesn't make it into the playoffs, but a driver with 0 wins does. It's all about the consistency, and Tyler Reddick just didn't have enough of that consistency in the regular season. I mean, I've said that already, but it's just... Anyways. So, focusing on this race, William Byron just behind Duck. And Duck... Ooh, man. Actually, with that in mind, does anyone have anything for Tyler Reddick now, or is Reddick just going to just dominate the rest of this race now? We shall see. Ooh, duck. Doesn't really have that much speed going through the corner. He's got to pick it up a little more. And also, that's some lap traffic. Couple drivers running slow. Here we go again to the corner. And Reddick just seems to be the dominant driver of the day. But yeah, Tyler Reddick looking for win number 6. I can't really believe that either. And here's William Byron going beneath Duck. And he goes very low. Oh, but he can't get to Tyler Reddick though. He does clear Duck, but can't get close enough to Tyler Reddick. And William Byron actually still looking for his first Cup career win. It's crazy thing, William Byron won Rookie of the Year last season, made the playoffs, finished 3rd, but he's still yet to get his first career win in the Cup Series. Although he did have a shot to win it back at Hillside and a couple other races, but not in a while. As here we go around some lap traffic here. Oh, I say some lap traffic. Lap car Jimmy Johnson, who was involved in the crash earlier. There's no lap or the leading traffic has to worry about getting around him now. And here is Kevin Harvick. Ooh, yeah, Harvick going to the bottom lane. As he's below Duck now. Yeah, Duck actually took on the high line. Here comes Percy Serp. But so far, nobody's been able to challenge Tyler Reddick for the lead. Reddick has held this lead for quite a while. William Byron and others trying to get to Reddick's back bumper and try to get a run on him, but it's going to prove to be difficult. Now, as far as playoff drivers, it's actually Duck leading over Prairie Serp, leading over Freund Bomben. So the playoff is actually going to close up a bit between these 3 drivers. Oh, here we go. Lots of things going on here as oh, Harvick with an aggressive mood. He looked around William Byron, but didn't have enough speed off of the corner. As William Byron still trying everything in his power to get around Tyler Reddick. He's got another shot here. He might be able to use Eric Jones as a pick. Eric Jones, a lapped car, sadly not having a good day at all here at Tochigi. Ooh, Byron though on the high line. Not really gonna help him though. Yeah, not really gonna help him. Yeah. Ooh, what's this? Russell David in 10th. Alright. Huh. Russell David apparently now just getting into the top 10. Find that to be quite interesting. Because the thing about Russell is that he started at the back of the field in this race, but here he's in the top 10. That's going to gain him a lot of points. And Russell David actually got to try to gain as many spots as possible in this race. So this way he can really have himself in a comfortable position, you know, going into the playoffs as drivers up here. Oh, Freund Bobbin getting into with Priest here for a brief second. And meanwhile, Kana running in 9th. He's going to come with another top 10, which is pretty good, but not quite going to be able to improve her best career finish. And here's Russell David, who is now up to 10th. And we'll see what Russell has for everyone in front of him. Oh, as Kevin Harvick goes beneath William Byron, let's see that again properly. Yeah, Kevin Harvick dives beneath William Byron going to the corner. And Kevin Harvick able to pick up another spot. But now everyone trying to challenge Tyler Reddick. Ooh, Relix Bucks Nerd getting around William Byron. Pretty good stop by step up between these guys. They're on some really worn tires though. And I don't really see these guys pitting. Unless they pit with less laps to go. I don't think that can happen though. I think these guys are likely going to be on these same tires all the way to the checkered flag. But does anyone have anything for Tyler Reddick? Well, back here, Russell David, who's been making his way up the pack. Looks like he might have run out of tires or momentum or something. And here comes the real Xbox nerd with a pass on Kevin Harvick. Ooh, he's getting... Oh, man! He tried to get to the low line of Tyler Reddick, but Tyler Reddick shut the door on him. These drivers running out of time to take down Reddick. One of these guys got to send it. And drivers on these severely worn tires now, having to really wrestle their way through the corners. So does the real Xbox nerd have anything for Tyler Reddick? Or is this going to be Reddick's race to win? I don't know. See, if the real Xbox nerd have any chance to get up to Reddick, he's going to have to just pounce in these last 10 laps. And I don't know if he has enough, you know, enough tires left to do it. Yeah, does he have enough tires, or is it too little too late? Here comes Tyler Reddick. Kevin Harvick goes beneath the real Xbox nerd. And these two battling for second. They're not really going to get... Oh! Kevin Harvick actually got right to the back bumper of Tyler Reddick. And we are under caution. We are under caution. Wow. How about that? We are under caution with less than 10 laps to go at Twin Rim Motegi. And I think that is going to be the call, as it looks like I think everyone is going to be going down pit road. But before that, let's actually see what happened to bring out this caution flag very late into the race. We went so many laps without a caution. But a caution is back out. Looks like it happened on the front straightaway. Looks like it happened pretty far back in the field, too. Yo, Priest! Oh, Priest wasn't having a very good day. He gets into it with Quinn Half. And they crash into the inside wall pretty hard. Man, Priest not having a very good start to his playoff run. And Quinn Half only runs a limited schedule also, with a pretty broken car now. Wow. Man, it seems like some it's a bit of a reversal. Like, Some playoff drivers are having good days, others terrible days. Well, anyways, we now are under caution with less than 10 laps to go at Twin Ring Motegi. Let's see how this race, or how these guys go when it comes to pit. I think, well, it's going to be quite a little while, I think, until we actually see who goes down. So, actually, is anyone going to pit? Wait, what? And nobody is pitting. Wow. Nobody is pitting. Probably except for... Wow, not even Prime Priest is pitting? In fact, nobody is pitting. Oh. Okay, I don't know what's up with these guys back here. Okay, maybe one of these guys will pit, but none of these guys are even integral to the race, so it's like, who cares? Alright, come on, Slowpokes, what are you doing? I don't know why they're going so slow. A little bit bizarre. Okay, so here comes Douglas. Actually, yeah, so Douglas, Quinn Half, and Douglas, for some reason, coming down pit road. Oh no, Quinn Half backs out. He's back onto the track. So the other ones are Douglas and Joe Logano. But nobody integral to the race is pitting, which means we're going to race the last 5 or so laps on pretty worn tires. That is honestly pretty surprising. Here comes Eric Jones. Oh, Eric Jones is going to tuck in up here. What? Oh, that's pretty bizarre. Listen to this. Whatever, doesn't matter. Alright, skipping a lap. Alright. Okay, so we're going to have 5 laps to go on this restart. Nobody has pitted. And also, since we're too far into there is no lap cars up here either, so this is going to be all for everyone who was up here. Man, this is something. So no one's pitted, alright? So everyone's on very worn out tires. And they're going to have to go like this for the last 5 laps of the race. And since we have a restart, is Harvick going to have anything for Reddick? Or is Reddick just going to lead them to the checkered flag? Well, let's find out. And green flag, back in the air, Twin Ring Motegi with 5 laps to go in the race. Tyler Reddick gets a flying restart and already built a gap over Kevin Harvick and everyone behind him. And Tyler Reddick has a gap over Kevin Harvick and the Williams and everyone behind. It's like the caution never came out. Okada, though, making up a spot on Oliver. But it's a little bit too late to make a difference. As Kevin Harvick and others just trying everything they can to do anything. Ooh, Russell David also makes up a spot, though, on Oliver. That's going to be good for Russell. He's going to have an extra spot. Meanwhile, up here, it's pretty difficult to pass. 3 laps to go. Does anyone have anything for Harvick or Reddick? Was Reddick really about to score back-to-back wins? Oh, Logano! Logano and slow-moving cars have just come off pit road. Will they have any effect on the leaders? What is this? Lap traffic just came out at the worst time possible for these leaders. Ooh, Reddick gets held up by Logano, gets squeezed. 2 laps to go as lap traffic has begun to mess up this field, kind of. Man, what is all this lap traffic though? Man, I remember going absolutely nuts. Nowhere to go. Lapped cars coming out left and right with 2 laps to go. Tyler Reddick having to make his way around all of it. Man, where did all these lapped cars come from? And now they're pitting. No, some are pitting, others staying out. And here we go, white flag, 1 up to go. Tyler Reddick having to deal with one more challenge. A bunch of lapped cars just came out right in front of him. However, Reddick has been able to make it through it all. He's got one more lapped car in front of him though. But the guy in second, Real Xbox Nerd, is not close enough to Tyler Reddick. And Tyler Reddick doesn't really have any more challenge, and he will win the Tochigi Bank 500 at Twin Ring Motegi and score his 6th win of the season. Go and score 2 in a row. Dang. 6 wins for Tyler Reddick. He is the winningest driver of the season. Man, if he was just a little bit more consistent in the regular season, he could have made all that count. But unfortunately for Reddick, this win doesn't mean anything as far as, I mean, I say as far as the championship. However, Tyler Reddick, who was 11th after Richmond, he will extend his position up to 11th. So Tyler Reddick, all he can really do now is just be the best of the rest in these last 10 races. And he has been the best of the rest today by winning his 6th race of the season at Twin Ring Motegi. I feel absolutely mad. And what happened to Russell? Oh no. Wait, what the heck? Oh, okay. Well, looks like some drivers. What happened to Russell David though? Whoa. He just lost all of his positions. What happened? 1 second he was about to get top 10 finish, and now he finishes back in 29th. Was it the live traffic that did it? I think it... Alright, what happened to Russell? Yeah, 1 second here he's up here in 9th. About to get a top 10. And then, what happens here? Oh, he just went... Oh, wow. Russell David, of all drivers, tried to pull a gambling move, it seems. Wow. I guess Russell David's tires were just gone after that. Wow. So Russell David looked like he was going to come home with a top 10 finish and a pretty good day. Unfortunately, he's not going to come home with a good day, and he is finishing like 8th as far as all the playoff drivers. That is not really going to help him out. Well, looks like it was a good day for some playoff drivers, but it was a bad day for others. But, let me take another drink. It was Tyler Reddick who won the day and wins the race, with the Rich Brother coming in 2nd and William Brown in 3rd. And Froito Bobbin finishes in 4th. Froito Bobbin, the highest finishing playoff driver of the day. I don't think it was the highest purse up in the standings though, so it's going to be interesting to see where those two are in the standings after or as a result of this race. And Kevin Harvick coming in 5th, Brady Serpent 6th, Doug 7th, and Brett Keselowski in 8th. Keselowski, I don't know where he came from. Must have made his way through all the carnage, all the Salt Street. When all those lap cars came all at once, but Keselowski with a pretty good finish, so yeah, it was a good day for some playoff drivers. And yeah, Harvick comes in 9th, and Hamilton 10th, Kana in 11th. Unfortunately, Kana wouldn't even come with a top 10 finish due to all the sausagery on that last lap. It is Kana who comes in 11th. Still a pretty good finish, all things considered, but not his best, or not her best finish ever. So he's still second best though, with Kyle Busch coming with 12th, Tim Thomas 13th, Martin Jr. 14th, the regular season champion, off to the best start. Clint Boyer in 15th, Matt Kenseth at 16th, Chase Elliott at 17th, Chris Busch 18th, also 19th, Ryan Blaney 20th, Nia 21st, Dan Trick 22nd, Ryan Newman 23rd, Ryan Preece 24th, Ricky Stubbs Jr. 25th, Douglas 26th, Quinn Elf 27th, Eric Emerald 28th, Russell David 29th, Region 30th, Bo Wall 31st, Matt DeBano 32nd, Don 33rd, Rebecca 34th, Joey Logano 35th, Alex Boone 36th, Eric Jones 37th, Ben Cokes 38th, Christian Bell 39th, Jimmy Johnson 4th, Kurt Busch 41st, and Cole Custer in 42nd. Well, for all 10 of your playoff drivers, it was a very good day for some and a very bad day for others. It's definitely going to be interesting to see where everyone's going to be in points as a result of this race. But that is all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. However, we will be back in Japan for the next Cup Series race. And I will see you in whatever I make next.